When you said baseball analogy, I can't wait to hear this one.
The balls were gonna come out. It's about to be amazing. This is going to be some amazing shit right here.
Oh shit!
Whoa! Welcome back. Man, we got a great show for you this week. And I'm not going to list the number of the episode because it could be misconstrued. It's the number just between 68 and...
Add a +1 to last week's episode.
Right there. Right there. Yes, love it. Y'all can do math. Seriously. Oh, man. Kind of weird. Fun week of different things. Don't really have a whole lot to cover, but we're going to cover it with some zest and some zeal and have a great time doing it. And speaking of zest and zeal, we got Tosh. How are you doing?
Hello.
Studio B.
Yes.
Yep.
Uh-oh. And Callie, too.
The cat knew it was going on. The cat knew it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man.
It was a hello.
Look, I'm the only non-cat member again. Love it. Y'all cat people. Rob, is your cat giving you the death stare this week again?
No, he's got his back to me now, sitting in the hallway. That's all. I finally found him.
Welcome back. Oh, man. Quincy, man, what's going on with you, babe?
Great week. My cat's in the bathroom. He likes to sit in there. Now it's cool in there, so...
Yeah?
Yeah, he'll be running later, of course, getting ready for the races tonight, but so far, so good.
Tosh told me that it got up to 85 today in Philly, right?
Yeah. Yeah,
wow.
It was in the 80s, in the mid-80s today. It was hot.
That's insane. J. Pat, welcome to the show.
How's everybody doing? Sorry,
no,
I'm
it's
late.
all right. It's all right. What you snacking on tonight? Because you were up next because I was going to talk to somebody else.
I just got my strawberry Fanta.
That super sugary syrup of a soda.
Yeah, man. Got to stay up late. What you got somewhere.
Got a bottle with diabetes over there?
Yeah, I'm going to be the next dude on that commercial, diabetes.
That high fructose high.
Golly.
Yeah, man.
Yo,
it's delicious. I drink this with my pinky.
If there was ever a soda that tasted the color red, that would be it.
It's the Fanta strawberry.
That would be it.
I forgot I got some leftover Panera macaroni and broccoli and macaroni and cheese.
We had gluten-free pizzas and one vegan gluten-free pizza. So it was.
That had to be your wife's idea.
My wife is plant-based, and finding a pizza that's both vegan and gluten-free was a win-win. It was amazing, and it actually tasted good. You know.
Okay.
Vegan cheese can be really hit and miss.
It can be. Vegan cheese can be completely. It can either be Elmer's glue or it can be really good. That's just the way it goes. We have a really great plant-based pizza place, 5 minutes from our house. Shout out to you guys at Two Gas Pizza. It's amazing. And they make a cheeseburger pizza with meat substitute. Well, they started the cheeseburger pizza when it was before they converted to plant-based. And so it was a cheeseburger pizza with mustard, onions, cheeseburger, cheese. Wonderful thing.
That's interesting for down south. You'd think you wouldn't be able to find any of that down south.
Man.
It would be burned down as soon as you advertise that, right?
Exactly. Grand opening, and we're closed. So, but that's usually how it goes. But we're getting more progressive below the Mason-Dixon, you know. But yeah, our local area is it's starting to convert to more, for lack of better terms, I say it as a term of endearment, but more hippy dippy when it comes to things like that. Because people are starting to realize this is the way things have to be. We can't be no political rant here, people, but it's just the way that I feel. You can't be a dickhead, and you just have to take care of the earth, you have to take care of your body, because this is the only one that you get.
F the earth, man.
Look at you. What are you, a Titan? You're a Titan. You're J-Pat the Titan from Attack on Titan.
I might have to switch my alter ego to Titan.
Hey, do it.
The strawberry juice Titan.
Strawberry juice, applesauce.
Just drowning little towns in Fanta.
The junk food Titan.
Could you imagine? Yes.
That's a good title.
The junk food Titan. Yeah. And then when the steam comes out, it's red and strawberry flavored.
It's not steam; it's just candy flies out like a
no.
pinata.
It's queso dip that flies out.
Real quick, I wanted to talk to somebody because I talked to a couple of friends this week, still about the Eddie Murphy and Jamie Foxx thing. And,
oh yes.
So, like, as much as I like comics and movies, I love music. And there are two people that I usually go to for, like, music, like, opinions or whatever. My friend Wayne and my other friend Nick. Now, she almost chastised me for saying that Jamie didn't have any good songs. And she pointed out some songs that I needed to listen to. And I listened to them this afternoon. And I was like, okay. I concede that Jamie is more talented than Eddie Murphy. I'm like, some of these songs are okay. So
that's why I respect you, QP.
I mean, like when I'm wrong, I'll admit it. And
write that down.
I won't even rub it in. I won't even rub it in.
No. If you rub it in, like I'll just forget I said it. Like I'm saying, I'm saying it real quick, and I concede.
Oh man, what songs were they? What songs did she point out to you?
Hold on, let me look at this list real quick. There's a song with Drake. There was another one with
Unprepared.
T.I. There was one with T.I. It was a couple of them. I was like, okay, like whatever. Like, and then there were some where I was like, okay, like I see your limits here, but like he can sing.
All right.
And go ahead.
He's going through it right now. He had a stroke, so
yeah, he's recovering though. I read that he's on his way back. But yeah, I was sorry to hear that. So
yeah,
let me hold on. I'm gonna be right back, guys. My sister's here. I'll be right back.
Somebody on Twitter said he was drinking a bunch of red Fanta and applesauce and Tostitos before he had his
red Fanta and Red Bull
before he had his stroke. So, just saying.
Oh, I was about to say something that would have been real bad.
Terrible. Real.
So I'm not even going to say it because Tasha's here. But I caught myself, like it wasn't going to be intended for me to say it.
I'm the factor.
But it was going to be real bad. Once I thought it, I rolled it back in my head. I was like, "Ooh, no, that's."
No,
hey, listen, if it was just guys here, you probably would let it rip. But he's trying to respect you.
I would have.
I'm one of the guys. Come on.
No.
Okay. Well, since I said red Fanta and Red Bull, I was like, "Oh, it'll give you red wings."
I'm done. Good night. Oh. Good.
It's Red Bull.
See, I thought about it.
Yes. Yeah. No. Let's get into this, man. Y'all ain't. Pat, you ain't shit.
I told you it was bad.
I don't get it.
Oh, good. I'm glad you don't get it. I'm not going to explain it to you either.
Okay. Honestly, because Red Bull gives you wings. That's the only.
It'll be 2 a.m. and she'll have the group chat. I get it now. It's like, oh gosh.
I probably won't.
Rob's not even looking at me in the eyes anymore. He's just like,
in the audience is like, this chick, she doesn't get it.
I was wishing that I had some Red Bull so I could have a Red Bull and Jaeger.
Yes.
That's why I stopped myself before I said it the first time. I was like, no.
Red Bull and Jaeger is like that's terrible. It is
so
because
bad.
it's like cocaine.
A heart attack waiting to happen.
It's like, yes, I just want to go tackle everything. Yeah. That's terrible. Man, let's get back on track. Good grief, this train. I'm telling you, We're gonna go in hot with Picard this week. Another hot week of Picard. J Pat, yeah, you with it too, man.
Son of Locutus, man.
You know what? It's that whole thing. I watched the last half of that episode with my jaw hanging open because it was just like, wow.
That was a twist I was not expecting.
As soon as they explained what they were doing with Picard's brain, I was like, oh no. And then they said transport system. I'm like, oh no. They are screwed.
No. They had it all stored in the buffer. Just like J Pat always said, it's just stored in the buffer. Just store the shit in the buffer. Store in the buffer.
They were listening to our conversation.
Hey, man. Hey, listen, if they listen to this shit, then I'm so happy that they listen because
show us some love. Get us to 1 million.
Yeah, give me a like, a share, something, shout out, give me an at something. But
it just helps prove that the transporter system is the most dangerous thing in this Federation. If it's not creating clones, now it's creating Borg.
Yes, and
it's super OP,
way OP. That's like Kal-El. OP type of One Punch Man type of Goku type of OP shit. I was like, wow, this was amazing. And we talked about this, Rob and I did before you showed up. It was just so much nostalgia and so much love shown in that episode.
Right.
It was insane. And I just can't stop bragging about it. I was talking to random people about Picard, since yesterday. It's like, did you watch Picard? I don't even watch it. Well, sit down. Let me tell you about it. So we just had story time, and it was great, man.
There's only one bad thing I could think about the show, is that it's so good, so full of nostalgia. I don't think there could be a season 4. They've already tackled the Borg.
They're tackling the Borg. They're tackling the changelings because they only knocked off Vadic.
Unless they create something new.
This has to be because they're going out with all guns blazing. So they're leaving nothing else on the table. So yeah, you're right. This is made to be the end. They're not going to be able to make a season 4 even if we wanted to. Yeah,
this is definitely some Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid type of shit at the end. And Rob mentioned to me that he took copious notes about the show, which I'm very happy about because I would love to talk about your notes, Rob.
There was just so much. Like I always said that Terry Matalas was the showrunner for 12 Monkeys show. And that whole beginning sequence with him talking about the Crimson Arboretum and the Borg ship that he finally sees through the keyhole once he goes through the door. If you look at the top of it, it's more like a city ship than a Borg cube. And it's arranged very similar to Titan City, which he had as a time-traveling city that he had on 12 Monkeys.
Yeah.
And he references, there's so many references to him in this. Like, there's that scene where you see the whole array of Starfleet ships, and a bunch of them are like his hometown in New Jersey, and writers that he's worked with. But if you look at, I watched a video where somebody actually went and looked at every single ship on there, and you have real life historical figures, science fiction writers, mathematicians. You got heroes in the Federation like Sulu and Uhura and Zefram Cochrane. A lot of them have the production staff from all the Star Treks. I think there might have been a Roddenberry, a USS Roddenberry, which is obvious for the creator.
Yeah.
What else was there?
Did the formation, like when they took that little weird diamond formation before they started dive bombing the planet, that was just really odd, but it was really cool.
I was trying to see if that was spelling something out. Or if it was
it looked like it spelled
some kind of symbology, but yeah, I haven't seen anybody say that it was anything as far as I could tell.
Okay.
We got Alice Krieg back as the Borg Queen. She was the Borg Queen from the movie and from the last 2 episodes of Voyager. Unfortunately, the Borg Queen from last season and the one from the regular part of Voyager, she passed away. And so we got the movie version back. I only see the back of her head, but her voice is very distinct. You can definitely tell that's her. And there was probably a mistake that happened way earlier in the season when Jack started hearing the voices in his head. I had my subtitles on, and the subtitles actually said Borg Queen. And so I was like, ooh, that probably wasn't supposed to be there. Because that kind of spoiled. That's why I didn't say anything whenever we were reviewing this, just in case that wasn't true. But, obviously it is. But they mixed Alice's voice, Beverly's voice, and Vadek's voice. So you couldn't really tell who it was. But unfortunately, somebody screwed up with the closed captioning there. Kind of let that slip. But yeah, all of the feels when they released the Enterprise D from that, and it has Majel Barrett's voice, the original computer voice that we haven't heard since 2009.
Yes.
Yeah. Roddenberry's wife, Dr. What is her name? Nurse Chapel. She was Nurse Chapel on TOS.
Mm-hmm.
She was Loxana Troy in The Next Generation. She was number one, I think. Is that Rebecca Romaine Stamos's character? Rebecca Romaine's character on Strange New Worlds, right?
Yes.
The pilot episode for Star Trek, the original series, The Cage, when it was still Pike, she was also his number one before she got, took the role of Nurse Chapel. But it was really good to hear her voice again, just unmistakable archived voice of her.
It was
calling Admiral Picard captain. Happy to take the field to motion, he says.
Exactly. It was great. It was many feels, man.
Yeah, and this is just like an extremely creative way to reintroduce the Borg, unlike the other one. Like for season 1 had the Borg, but they were separated from the collective, and they were being rejoining society, getting all their implants taken out. And then the Alison Pill Borg from season 2 is separate from the other collective, because she's got to take her flower ship and hang out outside that wormhole in case it does something again, I guess. I think the overuse of the Borg kind of diminishes the fact that they're in this season, but for anybody who doesn't give a crap about the first 2 seasons and gets this brought up to them,
I'm waving my hands.
It is hard.
This is me. It hits really hard. I'm trying to figure out the red vines. Is that just a 12 Monkeys thing?
That's a symbology from 12 Monkeys, but once you hear him start describing it, that's like the collective, basically. That's his visualization of the collective.
Okay. And the evolution of the Borg through Jean-Luc Picard's DNA, that's what blew my mind. Just like, all right, if we want to evolve, then we're going to have to use human DNA to evolve past what they know. And my brain was like, douche, this is crazy. It was crazy. And they convinced, and Geordi broke it down. He was like, 35 years ago, we didn't know how to analyze this. And so we thought it was, what do you have, like some
Ironic syndrome.
That's
what they misdiagnosed it as.
Yeah. It was just like, my whole mind was blown. And then watch him jump on the ship, the Enterprise D, and Jean-Luc saying, "Oh yeah, she'll fly." I was like, "Oh shit, oh shit, they're gonna break somebody off." I was like, "Oh my gosh, it's a total nerd moment." It was beautiful. It's nothing like this season. I mean, when they bring back Strange New Worlds, they're gonna have to do some like super shit to keep up with a show.
Yeah, because now we're used to good Star Trek.
Right.
And that one doesn't have as much nostalgia to go off of.
Exactly.
Just because it's Pike.
Yeah, they don't have the 30 years of fandom behind it. And it's like, oh my gosh, are you kidding me? It was just so amazing. How many episodes are left? Like 1 or 2?
1. We got one left. This is the penultimate.
Oh, Jeebus.
It's going to be... I want to know what they're going to do with the D. It's a 40-year-old starship, regardless. It's obviously not going to fly to Earth because it doesn't stand a chance.
If I can hit warp 10, it'll be fine.
It's got to go. It's got to go after where the Borg are.
Yeah.
If this is the same Borg from the normal continuity, then they should still be in a weakened state.
I didn't see anybody else on the ship though.
Yeah, it's mostly just her, and it's just that one ship, as far as we know right now. Because if you remember at the end of Voyager, future Janeway infected the current Borg with a virus, basically from the future, which in their home city in the Delta Quadrant, she intentionally got herself assimilated, but it ended up crippling the entirety of the Borg collective. And then when the Voyager, the current time Voyager was coming back to Earth in the Alpha Quadrant, they blew up the transwarp conduits that the Borg have been using to get around. So they're basically crippled and stuck. So I'm wondering if this ship was...
But didn't they use a transwarp conduit to get to...
Yeah, this one... So there obviously are other ones. Either they're rebuilding their network or they missed some. But yeah, I think that's why I'm almost positive we're going to see some recreations of the Wolf 359 fight when the Enterprise separates and is doing all of its crazy crap. I think we're going to see that again, just for nostalgia's sake, next episode.
I hope so. I hope it lasts like 2 hours. Give me a 2-hour episode. Oh my gosh, that'd be amazing.
And the rumors are we're supposed to lose somebody big.
Oh
man, it's probably Worf.
Jean-Luc.
No, I don't think Jean-Luc's already died. That's not going to be impactful. I think it's going to be Riker. I think we're going to lose Riker.
Yeah, he's the only one who hasn't died.
It'll be Beverly. It'll be Beverly because
trying to save her son.
Could be that.
Oh, bitch ass Jack that ran up on the cube like he was gonna do some shit and then just was like, all right, I'm done. It's like, I'm done. I'm not gonna shoot you. Just stick me with the needle. Let's just go ahead. Let's make some Borg babies. Me, you, Queen. Let's pop out some shit. That's disgusting. That's
I was also thinking that maybe it could be Seven and Raffi. I'm almost positive they're going to be able to retake the Titan since it doesn't have a full crew complement. They're not going to have as much of a resistance retaking the ship.
Do you think
so? It won't be futile.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you think Geordi? We have to get Geordi's girls back.
Exactly.
We have to get Geordi's girls back because he about snapped. He was like, you know what?
Luckily, he wasn't there to see them, or he would have lost his shit.
Yeah, and Data was like, "You have to calm down." It's like shaking him. I was like, "All right, yeah, Data, you the man, dog. I hope we die quickly."
The scene that made me laugh the most was you had Admiral Shelby on the Enterprise F. By the way, the Odyssey class looked fucking amazing. Yeah. I love that ship. Yeah. I'm pretty sure that. Sorry, sidebar. I'm pretty sure that Terry Matalas plays Star Trek Online, by the way. If you play that and you are in your ship at Earth Space Dock as a Federation character, there's always a lot of ships around it, similar to what you see on here. And ever since the first anniversary of the game, you got these little items where you can shoot off fireworks. And it looks exactly like that.
So long, fireworks.
he's obviously been hanging outside of Earth Space Dock. He knows because no matter any time, you can just sit there and refix your ship, and you can hear somebody shooting fireworks off in the background. It's always what's going on. So, and plus, the ship is from Star Trek Online. But what I was saying about Admiral Shelby, she was the supposed Borg expert back in the Next Generation, and she's the first person on the screen to get blasted dead. She was getting shot with straight irony right through the chest.
Right through the chest. 0 Fs were given.
Mike, this is your conscience speaking. Wake up.
Look at this. You go.
Are y'all talking about Star Trek?
We still talking about Star Trek. Welcome, Mike Jones, man.
What's
chilling,
happening,
baby? Chilling. We're gonna wrap up the Star Trek talk, man.
Anybody has any love for the Next Generation should at least watch this season of Picard.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah.
And if you love
come on, Mike,
if you love 7 of 9, like most men of basically our age demographic at any point in time, you love 7 of 9. You're like, yeah, I'll give her.
They need to put her back in the cat suit.
Word. Word.
She can still pull it off.
Yes, she can.
She
Because if
can.
Bo-Katan can pull it off, 709 can pull it off.
Oh yeah, don't forget,
Worf
seemingly has destroyed the Enterprise E.
Yes. Yes. Shout out to Tim Carter. We had this huge conversation in chat. He was like, yeah, he did. He was like, listen, I haven't read that. I don't know what the hell's going on.
There's an ongoing book series, novelization of Picard before the show, and Worf is the captain of the Enterprise currently. So I'm assuming it's going to happen in a book that's upcoming.
Okay. We'll get to that. But man, speaking of Bo-Katan, you know what? I watched Mando this week. And then I turned around and watched Picard, and I forgot all about what the hell happened on Mando. Dead ass. Straight up, no lies. Man, but from what I can remember, the big boy went out like a champ. The heavy gunner, he went out like a daggone boss.
Paz something?
Yeah, Paz.
Paz something. He went out like a...
Paz Vizsla.
Yeah, that sounds right.
I made a post about him. I even gave him a shout out. I can't even remember the guy's name. Terrible social media. But it was it was a really good episode, and I agree with Mike Jones's evaluation and a lot of people's evaluation about the Forge, the Forger,
the Armorer.
The Armorer. Yeah, she's dirty.
They keep framing her in like menacing lighting and everything like that. She's got to be a spy.
I think I know who she is. I can't remember the character's name, but she's somebody that was loyal to
Maul. Yeah.
Maul,
Maul,
she was one of the Death Watch. I'm almost positive.
But man, what's his name?
What is the Death Watch?
They were a faction of Mandalorians that were loyal to. I keep having a brain for it. Darth Maul, when he took over Mandalore.
And wasn't the Armorer like first and really quick to say that the Death Watch doesn't exist anymore?
Yeah.
Yeah, she was like, they said
she was really quickly to say that
she
quick.
was real fast to say that.
Don't your people still wear the Death Watch sigil? It's like they no longer exist. She's like, man, quick to deny it. So, but man, what was I about to say? I cannot remember. It was just so much going on, and the armor is dirty as hell. She disappeared with the quote unquote survivors and the injured people because she knew that. Now I remember what I was going to say. Moff Gideon was insanely great.
Oh, he came out like a Star Wars
He
pimp.
did, and I laughed when he was when he was talking to the council and he had his arms up and he was doing a spin. I was like, they see you, dude. You ain't got to do the Michael Jackson spin in the middle of all these people. He was like,
this guy charisma.
Long live the Empire. I was like, this motherfucker, he just gone straight diva. But it's scary, man. And he's calling out. What's your boy's name, J Pat?
Who? Din Djarin?
No. The general that everybody's afraid of.
Thrawn.
Thrawn. Yeah, he called him out. Yeah. Said, "Where's your boy Thrawn? I don't see him. He don't show up for the meetings, But
Thrawn's going to have something for him when he shows up because he's going to show up. If he doesn't show up in Mando, he should definitely showing up in
Ahsoka.
What's it called?
They don't need to leave it like that, though.
I think he's going to show up at the end of this series or season.
It'll tie it in with Ahsoka.
Mm-hmm. He's going to show up. He's going to strike some fear.
But man, all right. Rob made a great point. Is that sometimes the Beskar armor can either let things through or they can't let things through because they were making some kill stabs.
Yeah, they're going like between the plates. I saw it when it's close up, and then you got the big guy just blasting indiscriminately, and he's managing to take down people fully armored.
Exactly.
Well, he got that. That's the heavy gun.
No, sorry.
He's knocking them down with the force of the gun, right? It's not so much penetrating the armor. That's
But the Beskar does wear out. Remember, in the first season, that's why Din Djarin had to get that new shiny set because his Beskar wore out.
No, he only had like one Beskar piece in his first suit.
Are you sure? Because they were saying it because the armor said it wore out. She can't fix it.
I'm pretty sure that I don't know. I have to go back and look. But I think that he got the new shiny joint because he had to floss because he got well paid. And two, I just
because I'm pretty sure all Mandalorian armor is Beskar.
Really,
I'm pretty sure. Okay. Yeah.
Then why is his so shiny and everybody else's is blue? And
because he just
never
painted
doesn't have a paint job on his. Because he wasn't affiliated with a clan or anything, Gideon. Right?
Yeah, it's just him and Grogu are their own little clan.
Sorry, Mike. What'd you say?
I don't. I'm not a Star Wars guy, so I don't know much about anything. But Moff Gideon, my man, bugging out from Do the Right Thing, going way back. That's why
he had on the white Jordans, the Jordan 4s
in school days.
He was in school. He kept messing with my man Sal. Sal, why no brothers on the wall? Okay, his armor. He had kind of like a Mandalorian kind of helmet.
He made Mandalorian armor for himself.
Okay, he's not a Mandalorian. He's just sporting the armor.
Yeah, he stole the armor. Yeah, he stole the metal.
He still considers himself the rosy owner of the Darksaber, right?
But check it out. I thought, can anybody make Beskar armor, or can the armorer?
It looks like he figured out how to.
Because
it seems like he figured out how.
Or maybe the armorer taught him how to do it.
Because that stuff only comes from Mandalore, right? Beskar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. There it is. Yeah. She had to teach.
That chick is dirty. She made it.
Yeah. Yep. He gonna be on first. She gonna be on first 48. Like, well, I'll take this cheeseburger and I'm gonna tell you everything I know. But it was Mando's really good, and they've slowly moved away from Mando himself being the main character, and Bo-Katan has absolutely taken over.
He's pledged his services to her.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Well, the show's not called Din Djarin. It's called
Mandalorian.
The Mandalorian, so it could be anybody.
That's true.
So she's got Din as a bodyguard and a Krang robo suit with Grogu in the middle.
That's almost like a down. I'm like, that's a downgrade. Like, it's not like he doesn't have his own hands, and his little egg ship was like super fast, could fly.
Shield, yeah. No terrain problems.
But the Krang suit has guns, though.
That's true. He could have. I don't know. They could have Baby Cart and Samurai. The carriage up, put some blasters on, or
at least give him an R2 unit that moves a little bit faster,
right? A little mini R2, a BB-8
something. Because now he's like the Scarecrow and the Tin Man from Wizard of Oz. He's all gangly and shit.
He seems super vulnerable now. His little eggs, his legs,
just shoot for his face. Shoot.
Right?
I would be asking. I'd be asking Carl Weathers, "Hey, why does IG-12 only have like 4 points of articulation? This thing can barely move."
Like I have toys with 4 points on it.
Exactly.
It's side shuffling down the street here.
That shit. That IG-11 was based off the original Star Wars action figures from 1979 that only bent at the arms and the hips, and you couldn't do shit else with them. That's why G.I. Joe used to whip his ass back in the day. Back in my house, he did.
Right.
So, but Mando's we got like what, 2, maybe 1 or 2 episodes left.
I think 1.
1.
Is it only 1? What episode was that last Mando?
I think it was episode 7, wasn't it? I think it was only 8 this season.
Okay. All right.
Maybe it could be 9.
I thought it was 9.
I thought I googled 8.
It could somewhere around there.
I'm waiting for Ahsoka though. I think Ahsoka's going to be
amazing.
It's going to be the big thing.
Mando really isn't. Again, I'm not a Star Wars guy. It's not really. You're not coming me out. The episode that everybody was dissing with Jack Black and Lizzo was my favorite one.
That would be your favorite one.
It didn't bother me. I didn't understand why. I don't like Jack Black for shit. Don't get me wrong.
I don't like Jack Black either.
I like him. I like him.
I like Jack Black.
No. I like Jack Black
sometimes, but not enough.
Jumanji. And like I say, other than that,
Schoolhouse Rock. Jumanji.
Sure.
And what was the other one? Nacho Libre.
No.
I didn't like Nacho Libre.
I didn't like Nacho Libre. What's the other one where he got hypnotized and dating the big chick?
Shallow Hal.
Shallow Hal.
Shallow
Hal. But other than that, I ain't got much patience with Jack Black.
He's the same character. He's the Rock. He's the comedic white version of the Rock. That's what it is.
He's annoying as hell, though. But anyway,
I think they almost jumped the shark with that Lizzo Jack Black episode.
No,
I think they did.
Just because you put
Christopher Lloyd was old as hell. I ain't even recognize him until I heard his voice. I'm like, who is this? That sounds like Christopher. That is Christopher Lloyd.
Doc Brown drove that DeLorean way too far.
No, it's like he died and nobody told him.
No, he went too far back. Remember, it's a galaxy far, far away.
Right, he went too far back.
Exactly.
Too far back.
Yes. He went too far back.
Long
It's like,
time
Marty,
ago.
we're not in 1984 anymore. It's like, no shit, motherfucker.
He's 300 years old. That motherfucker old. That's still Doc Brown in the future. He old.
Yeah. Because I had to stop. I stopped the show, and I was like, I Googled the episode, and I was like, no way, this is Christopher Lloyd. And I was like, yeah.
I had saw somebody spoil it in another group, but Christopher Lloyd's the bad guy. I'm like, that old man ain't Christopher Lloyd. I'm like, when is he gonna show up? That is him. Oh
Yep.
my goodness.
Christopher Lloyd and Harrison Ford graduated from high school the same exact year. I'm kidding. Wow. No, I'm joking. I'm not. That's not serious. They both old as hell. And apparently Christopher Lloyd doesn't crash planes like Harrison Ford does. Hell yeah. Enough about Mando, man. It was a great episode. Waiting for Ahsoka because that's going to be the next best thing. And I think that we're waiting on Ahsoka because Mando was never really established. Mando was a character made for television, kind of like Ahsoka was. Ahsoka was developed for television, and Mando followed the same suit, except he was live action. Ahsoka was animated, and now they're going to put Ahsoka in live action, which is going to be amazing. I think it's going to be fucking great. Man, moving on. Mark, one more thing.
Before we move on, there was I heard there's a lot of weird rumors going on about the dude with the orange lightsaber, and I don't think this is a real rumor, but I thought it was interesting. People are saying that it could be Anakin fully realized.
What does orange symbolize?
Because I think they just made up a new color lightsaber, but it's him like. If he never got captured by the Emperor, but still kind of turned to the dark side, so he's like in the middle. But they're saying because they're using the world in between worlds, that Ahsoka is going to pull Anakin out before he fully turns, pull him out into the present.
Okay.
Has there been a trailer for Ahsoka or something?
Yeah,
we talked about it last week.
I don't think that's what it is, but I just thought that was interesting. Like, what would a fully realized Anakin be like? Because we never got to see Anakin at full power. Like by the time he turns into Darth Vader, he's like a quarter of his true strength.
Yeah, that's very true.
That's why he never beats the Emperor. That's why he never breaks away from him because he can't.
He's not strong enough. That makes perfect sense. We'll see. Nothing like a Reddit post to stir your mind, man.
Yeah, I was reading one of those saying that the orange saber is going to symbolize Dark Jedi, not Sith, but Dark Jedi.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Yeah. It's right there, like close to red. Roy G. Biv.
Yeah, it's pretty close.
If you worked in retail, you know what Roy G. Biv is. So.
Uh-huh.
But man. All right, Mo Bros. Mario Brothers. Who has seen Mo Bros?
I keep meaning to see that. I heard it's good.
Feel free to talk. I want to hear you guys' takes and opinions and everything else because I haven't.
Don't worry about spoilers. I'm good with it, even though I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it yet.
I was going to, but I wasn't able to make it.
I'm coaching 2 baseball teams right now, and it's just I don't have time to sleep anymore. So feel free, run.
Mike, I know Quincy did see it.
Quincy saw it, yeah.
But Mike, you saw it. Go ahead.
I saw. Where's old man Q? Is he?
He's got family that dropped in on him unexpectedly. So yeah.
Okay, all right, cool deal.
So please tell me about.
I heard your old man joke last week. I
don't know what you're talking about.
It was funny though, but piss on your ass. It was funny. I ain't gonna lie. Funny joke. But Mario was cool. I liked the initial when he came on, seeing like the little Easter eggs for different games and such without their version of Sal's restaurant. It was cool. The only problem I had is I saw it after I got off work. So you know me, I fell asleep. Not because it was bad or not because I was bored. I was just tired of my ass. I just got off work. I fell asleep. They were doing I some kind of right. You got Donkey Kong, I guess, Diddy Kong, whoever, and they were on a bridge and they had some kind of carts, and I don't remember, but that's when I fell asleep. And some kind of it fell down through the bridge. It was some kind of rock. I can't remember. But when I woke up, they were fighting Bowser at the end. Like Mario and Luigi was already. So I missed like maybe 30 minutes, maybe I don't know how long I missed.
Yeah, at least 30
I was
minutes.
gone. At least 30. But what I saw it was all right.
So did they have to grab the axe and like drop the drawbridge on him to beat him?
No.
Who to beat
Bowser?
Kind of went damn Dragon Ball on DBZ.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they kind of flexed on them and just put their hands on them. That's really what it was. From what I remember, but then I was half asleep, so Tosh probably had to help me out with it.
Okay. Wait, we are spoiling this? Or
Yeah,
no?
run it. It's fine. It's been out 2 weeks.
So I did like it. I know that it's I don't know how to phrase it exactly, but like I had fun watching the movie. So it's the way they approached it is that Mario and Luigi are in the real world. So they live in Brooklyn. And they're starting their plumbing business, and something happens where they discover the green tube and get sucked into the Mushroom Kingdom and the Dark Realm where Bowser's castle is. So they're not actually initial characters in the Mushroom Kingdom. They're in our world. I'm going to say our world because they don't specify it's a different realm like New Donk City from Super Mario Galaxy or anything like that. So seeing how Mario and Luigi are just not heroes in the beginning of this movie and seeing their growth to becoming stronger and defeating Bowser, it was an interesting take. Mario just basically wiped out a lot. And Peach was really the one who was the fighter in this movie. It was kind of weird that she trained him on how to use the power-ups. And yeah. So, because it was her kingdom. So, he knew nothing about the Mushroom Kingdom whatsoever. And so he's like, power-ups, like, what are these? And so she taught him. And if you get hit, they say if you get hit, you lose the power-up. So it's basically playing the Mario game. The rules are applied in the movie.
Did it make the sound whenever he got hit?
Yeah.
Do it. Like when he lost his power up?
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Yep. Funny part is Mario doesn't like mushrooms. So when he eats the red mushroom to get big, he's always like has a scrunched face and he has to actually eat the mushroom. So yeah, Mike was explaining how the part when Donkey Kong came in, it was because Bowser, they got word that Bowser was on his way to the Mushroom Kingdom, so they needed an army. So they were going to, I think it was the Jungle Kingdom, and Cranky Kong is the leader.
Mm-hmm.
And so in order to convince Cranky to leave them with an army, he said, okay, if you can beat my son in this challenge, you can have our army. And Mario accepted, and that's when he's on the construction pipe thing. I'm forgetting what it's called. The you know what I'm talking about. The bar. So that's when they fought, and Mario won. He won the army, and then in order to beat Bowser back to Mushroom Kingdom, they needed go-karts. So you get the moment in Mario Kart where you have the three options of your paraglider, your wheels, and the body of the car, and they're customizing their own carts. It's pretty cool.
That sounds fun.
And, yeah. So they were driving on Rainbow Bridge to make it back to the Mushroom Kingdom. And then I think that's when Mike woke up.
Didn't something crash through the bridge? Did something crash through the bridge and kind of...
Yes. What crashed?
Some kind of big rock or something. I don't remember what it was.
I have another.
That's the last thing I remember.
I have another question. Where, and why was he wearing a raccoon suit?
Oh, that's the Tanuki outfit. Isn't that from Super Mario 3?
That was 3, but
that was 3. Yeah.
Why did he get it?
When he was it when he was fighting Donkey Kong? He
had a cat suit and was fighting Donkey Kong.
Yeah, he had a cat suit, but he got the Tanuki suit. Someone had a power-up block nearby, and he hit it and got the Tanuki suit.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
So they had a whole bunch of different question mark blocks. There was ones that had a blue, I think the blue mushroom was in it. The fire flower. They had the cat suit, the Tanuki suit, and I forget what else came out of the block. But the fire flowers, they actually grew in the ground. There was a whole garden of them. And there was one point where Peach was given an ice flower. So she had ice powers for a minute when she was fighting Bowser towards the end. So let me... right. The Tanuki suit came into play at the end because Mario was trying to deflect the giant bullet bill from hitting Mushroom Kingdom. So he was like, okay, you're not listening to me. He kicked it in the eye. It got its attention and was chasing it around. It got absorbed into the green tube back to the real world. And it's almost like the Mushroom Kingdom itself was starting to slowly get sucked into the pipe and go into Brooklyn. So, yeah, I'm just ruining the whole movie. I'm so sorry.
Hey, listen, you can't ruin Brooklyn anymore. It's been gentrified, so it's okay.
So, Bowser and his ship and some of the members from the Mushroom Kingdom got sucked into Brooklyn, and the way they defeated Bowser was using the Superstar. Now, the Superstar came into play because Bowser got it in the beginning of the movie to show to Peach to convince her to marry him. So it was kind of a mix of Super Mario Odyssey and in terms of Bowser wanting to marry Peach. They even had the Crazy Cap store in the background of Mushroom Kingdom at one moment. And then you had Super Mario Galaxy as a hidden gem because the Luma, the little star guy who was in the Galaxy, he was in there too.
Right.
So, Hi Quincy, you're welcome back. Sorry.
Now you say when he would the star they used the star power up. Is that when at the end when they were all Super Saiyan like they were all glowing?
Yeah.
Okay.
So Mario and Luigi used the Superstar to defeat Bowser.
Okay.
So that was the Super Saiyan part. They were basically, they had the music going a little bit too. That's the one thing about this movie I enjoyed. They had the music, because even I remember there was music where in the game you go through the tube and it goes doo 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 doo.
Yeah.
Like they played a lot of
the music.
Slowly
it was really nice.
When they were exploring this dark sewer where they first was observing the tunnel. Like the choices that they made, they were subtle, so they weren't in your face, but it was recognizable enough that you go, all right, that was cool that they implemented it this way.
My son was listening like every song. This was sure, calm down, son. Hey, they played this music, Dad. Sure they did. I trust you.
Yeah,
I hadn't played Mario really since Mario World on Super Nintendo. I hadn't played any Mario past that, so I don't know much about Mario at all. It's been Super Nintendo Mario World when they got Yoshi. That's the last time I played a Mario game.
Yeah.
So be like, yeah.
Oh, Q, you got to watch it too, man. Well, you said it was fun, so they've gone into deep detail. So it's your turn.
What are we talking about, Mario? I didn't say. I said the kids liked it, so I paid for a nap. Like it.
Me too.
Like
I took one too.
It looked like now
so maybe it just won't work.
All that being said, like it was one of the better looking animated projects I've ever seen. Like I will say that. Like
did look
it
good.
looked
It did look
fantastic. And so when I woke up and like my kids loved it. So like that's the.
Where was your nap at? Where did you fall asleep at?
Oh, what the fuck did I see? I couldn't even tell you. I just fell in the sweet bliss of the Mushroom Kingdom Dreamland, man. Like
They were in Mario Kart, so against the Rainbow Bridge where I fell asleep.
dude,
And then
I saw the
training.
training. I saw the Rainbow Bridge. I saw the fight on Earth, and
I saw the end of that. That's what I saw, the Super Saiyan Mario Brothers.
yeah,
And that was
so like
that
for
was
the
it.
5 or 15 minutes that I saw, it was fantastic. But like, nah, like my kids loved it. Like if they weren't busy, I had to ask one of them to come out here and say something. But like I woke up and looked over, and Z was asleep too. So
Ooh.
you know,
There you go.
so
Ooh.
I'll check it when it's streaming. Yeah. That being said, now I will say if something is awful, it just wasn't geared for me.
And I was tired. I had just got off work. I literally just got off work.
I wasn't tired. I was disinterested. But like it was okay. It was okay. I'm gonna catch it when it streams. Like it wasn't like Shazam or Ant-Man type thing. I just maybe I just needed to maybe I was tired, Mike. So
I'm very happy you left She-Hulk out of that whole conversation. So.
But I will say this: it made me want to go back and play Mario games. It did. It gave me that Mario vibe. Like, okay, I do want to check this out. Maybe might go find me some Mario games for the Switch or something. Because I bought a Switch and only played the last Zelda, and I haven't touched my Switch.
I've got a Switch.
So I might actually put.
I've got a Switch that only plays Fortnite, and I'm about to throw it out the window.
I can say whatever the last Zelda game was for Nintendo Switch, the first one, and that's the last. That's the only one
I played Mario 1, 2, and 3. Was it Mario World?
Yeah,
64.
The Mario World was my last one when they got Yoshi. That was the last Mario game.
I may have to steal my son's Switch and play some Mario, man.
The thing that messed me up with the whole Mario Brother journey is I switched to Sega Genesis, and I was like a Sonic dude, man. I played more Sonic games than Mario games as it went on, and I missed all the Super Mario games on Super NES and some of those other systems because after.
And my thing was a 64. I never owned a 64. I stole my little cousin's, but I had to give it back. But he never had a Mario.
64 was incredible system. It had some really good games on there.
Yeah. It was.
It had some good games, but I took it and I had it for like 6 months. So you gotta get the boy's game back, okay? But he never had a Mario, so that's the only time I ever had it.
I played
Nintendo.
Which Nintendo? As a quick sidebar, which Nintendo? Turned all the Mortal Kombat blood green instead of red.
That was Super
Nintendo.
That was whatever one had the first one. That was the first one.
Oh, Super.
Mortal Kombat.
Okay.
Yeah,
all right.
Yeah.
That's all I need to know.
There was a code to turn it back red. I can't remember what it was though.
No, there was only a code for Sega.
It was a code for Sega.
Yeah, it was only Sega.
It was a code for Sega.
Yeah, the blood code was on Sega. But still, to be honest, even though the blood was whatever, there was still some interesting fatalities. They may have done them down, but the Nintendo versions weren't bad. The fatalities, they want the actual versions, but
Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter struggled on Genesis because there was only 3 buttons. You had to hit start to switch between kick and punch.
Yes, that was terrible. Yeah,
terrible experience.
I was never a Sega guy, but playing those fighting games.
Sega had A, B, and C, right?
Terrible.
Or is it X, Y, and Z? I can't remember which one it was.
Yeah. And then you had to hit start to kick or punch. It was terrible.
Yeah, that was horrible.
Yeah, that
game I just totally bogarted it. I totally switched gears from Mario, man. I'm sorry, but I was just curious because I remember those days.
Yeah, I remember video games and no bills, no errands, just worrying about keeping the game on while we went out. When your mom, it wasn't no saving back then, so
no, I had to pause it, turn the TV off.
Turn the TV off, and you had to cover the light because my mom would see it's still on. It's like I'm not turning this off, woman. What I had to do to get here.
You know how long I had to do?
I had tape. I put electric tape on it.
Come back, your system is almost on fire because it's been on.
Yup, that was it. I was playing Ghost and Goblins. I can't remember what year it was. It was Ghost and Goblins back in the day. and I was playing it before school. I was a latchkey kid, so I had to. My mother would leave for work before I woke up for school, and she would show up for work after I got home, right? And so I was playing video games, much to her, not knowledge at the time. And I would play games, I would pause it, and then when I would come home from school, like you said, the system would be red hot when I got back. It was just like, whoa, like about to heat up. And so I was like, I had to jump in there and play real quick. And so, yeah. That was a joint because the shit was burning up by the time you were done. It's crazy.
I don't know how they expected us. Well, the gamers were really born back then. No saving in 3 lives to beat a whole damn game.
That's all you had.
Whole damn game.
And
that's why we're so good now. We can still beat these youngins.
Exactly.
It's kind of easy now. Like you just keep.
And Tasha's like,
coming back.
Us youngins, you can beat us youngins.
And she's coming in our demographic slowly but surely.
Yeah.
It made you tough, man. It made you smart. Because just like, all right, I cannot.
Yeah.
Because Russian Attack. Remember Russian Attack on Nintendo? Anybody remember that?
Mm-mm.
I remember
that game.
I remember the name. I don't think I played it.
Kicked my ass. Because you started off with a knife and you had to run through and you had to just stab everybody with a knife.
That sounds very, very familiar.
It was terrible. And my father refused to buy me another game until I beat that game. And it was like, that challenge where they say, I'll buy you a PS5 if you beat Ninja Turtles game, the water level or some shit like that. That's the way it was. It was the truth, man.
The water level wasn't that hard. I got hit, but I used to beat it every time. It was when I went to the city level up top, I would lose a turtle.
Well, you're
every
exceptional,
time.
Mike, because that was a hard stage.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, that water level.
That was the second level, wasn't it?
The dam.
When they were swimming up under the water, they had to undo the bombs.
Through the dam.
Yeah,
and then
undo the bombs.
Yeah, that wasn't that bad to me.
Shit.
You would get stung now. I never made it without getting stung, but I always cleared it. I never died on that one.
I made it to the Technodrome once, and that was it.
I beat it once. That was the one time I got the Technodrome. I never saw the Technodrome ever again.
It wouldn't let me get back. Wouldn't let me go back.
I don't even know how I found a Technodrome. I just know one day, here it is. I had Donatello. He was the longest one, so I got to the safe spot and just downstroked him until I beat the Technodrome. I fought the cheapest way I could, and I beat it. That was it.
You got to, man.
My greatest gaming achievement is beating Contra on one man.
No way. Cheat code or just
beat on one life? No, I
beat on one life. He's been saying that since I read it.
That's my greatest game. Like it's seared into my brain
with no cheat code.
No cheat. I mean, it was one life. I didn't die.
One man. He's saying one man.
I didn't die. Not Singular. No one continued.
Uno.
One life.
So you were a young man. Like all your senses were at 100.
They were all firing. All my neurons were firing.
Impossible.
My eyes wasn't closed. A tear comes out because you're not going to close your eyes.
That's extraordinary. That need to be in the Guinness Book of World Records. That's extraordinary. Who the hell?
What was your favorite gun on Contra?
The spray.
The spread gun. Of course, the spread.
Spread. What else?
Everything else was useless.
But the laser's underrated.
I hated that gun.
The laser was a one shot.
The laser was
a one shot.
Yeah, so. It's the one shot.
You had to do it slow because you hit it one time, twice.
It wouldn't shoot, right? Yeah.
You press it real fast, like a damn chain. No.
Yeah.
But that spread, the spread.
My favorite was the machine gun that like shot out the rope.
A little wavy.
Yeah.
That was my favorite one. The shotgun was good, but it didn't last that long because it was just like it kind of, you can get the turrets. You can shoot the turrets with the shotgun. The shotty for your body was good though.
I'm trying to think what my gaming achievement. Mine would probably be I beat Resident Evil 2 without dying under 2 hours without using first aid spray, and that unlocked a secret ending or something. Like I was in college when that happened. Did it right before class. I used to beat the shit out of that game. Man, that was back. That was back when I had guts to play those games. I can't do it anymore.
You're not going to try it on the new Resident Evil 2?
Oh yeah, you are. Resident Evil, is it 4 that's dropping? Is it the remake of 4 that's dropping?
I got all those remakes in my library, and ask me how many times I played them.
Yeah, they didn't remake 4 like 18 times. I still ain't finished it yet. I might get it this time and try it. I still got it for the GameCube.
You still have a GameCube?
No, I still have that game. I don't have that on. I still got that game. I think I have my Waybird controller somewhere. Yeah, and I got a couple other GameCube controllers. There's one just sitting in my bedroom right now. The controller. I'm like, why is it even out? I don't even know how it got out, but it's sitting on my bedroom floor.
I still got my Dreamcast.
I wish I still had mine.
I never played a Dreamcast.
I still have all of my systems.
Highlight
the NES.
Really? Highlight of that system was the Sonic game. That was the best Sonic game I've ever played.
Soul Calibur was the
that
highlight.
Is true. Soul Calibur from the Dreamcast was amazing.
Many all-nighters.
NFL on there was good too.
Blitz?
No, the real one. The one by Sega.
Before EA,
right? Because you could call your plays on the right.
On the VMU.
No one could see your plays. That was.
I remember that. That was It was 2K. That was 2K, right?
I had a 64 and a Dreamcast, and I played the 64 more than I played the Dreamcast. It just had better games. Perfect Dark.
More games.
Perfect
Didn't
Dark.
have better games. It had more games. Dreamcast was ahead of its time.
GoldenEye, Zelda, Mario Brothers.
Ocarina of Time is a classic, man.
I only needed.
Right. And the wrestling games.
Oh yeah. I stand by that. I'll play that before I play the Dreamcast.
Yeah, the wrestling games were the truth.
I don't know, man. Dreamcast had it shared.
Power Dreamcast was beautiful.
You ain't like Power Stone? Crazy Taxi.
That was classic.
I'd rather play the WCW No Mercy, man. Like Mike made me remember those wrestling games are really good, man.
The wrestling games are the truth.
I had to look up the.
I played the crap
classic,
out of was WCW NWO? Is that the one?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that was the black and white mashup. I remember that one.
Yeah, those were good. Those were good. And then
then all the X-Men versus Street Fighter games were on Dreamcast.
Piece of shit.
You're funny.
Look at that shit.
Jet Set Radio.
No.
Come on, man.
No.
You didn't like Jet Set Radio?
First of all, Jay,
never heard
don't
of
be
it just
trying to
now.
impress somebody mentioning Crazy Taxi, okay? Like, that game was not that good, okay?
Crazy Taxi was
fun.
How dare you?
You know what? I don't care about what Tasha has to say in her Captain America, Captain America, First Avenger, hating self. Yeah,
Bad film.
Yeah, see,
Bad film.
Well, what happened with Captain America? She said it last.
She said something last week, a couple weeks ago.
She doesn't like.
Street Fighter 3.
That first movie.
You see it?
The first Captain America.
That might have been 2. That might have been 2 weeks ago.
Come on, you're on my side, Natasha. That's my favorite, my least favorite Captain America movie. I hate it. That movie sucked.
I napped during that.
You have an ex.
Why?
It's
sorry.
okay.
No. Why don't you like that film? No, I ain't talking to you, man.
You're not talking to me. I'm sorry.
You're asking the person who said you don't care what I have to say.
Hey.
Ouch! God, he cares.
You know what?
If I could awkwardly walk away from this conversation right now, I would.
You know what, Tasha? Let me just apologize because you know what? Hurt people. Okay, so you hurt me last week. Okay, like every time you go against me, you hurt me. So I apologize. Okay, now why don't you like that movie?
I think it's because it's a period piece. It doesn't come off as a
I love period
superhero film.
I love period pieces.
Yeah. They're usually not for me.
So you didn't like the cast? You didn't like the acting? You didn't like the story? Be quiet, Mike.
It was just way too slow. It was very slow
way
pace.
too damn slow.
I don't agree. I think that was one of the better ones from Phase 1.
We still got J-Pat looking up Dreamcast games. Y'all sitting here arguing.
I'm typing something now. What about Bass Sea Fishing?
No.
The best fishing game was
you
had to fish. You had to fish for the. That was it. You got that fishing. Just
all right. Good, Mike. Yeah, he's right. How about that?
He's
right about that.
Don't forget the Dreamcast game Seaman, where it's a fish with a human face that you have to attach the microphone to and talk to it.
Oh, no.
It's terrible.
Oh yeah, I remember that. And he had the weird face.
I ain't never heard
Terrible.
of that either.
I remember that game. It was terrible.
It was bad. It was
for nostalgia purposes. It was great.
It was like one of those little pocket pets that you keep, except for it's a digital Dreamcast
like a Tamagotchi.
And he had a weird, like the face was. He had like a human face.
Terrible. That's funny as shit. Fishman. Oh man! So we've officially covered video games. Now Tosh is riding with Mike when it comes to the Captain America joint, and Quincy's still trying to pull her back to the other side. Even
no, she can stay there. You know, she can stay where she's at.
And I will welcome her with open arms. Come on, Tosh.
Ouch.
Come on over here, Tosh.
Thank
It's
you,
all
Mike.
right.
Thank you.
I'll take it. Come on. We'll leave the mean old man alone. He'll be all right.
Tosh is like 5'2" and Mike's like 6'20". They could be in a picture like this.
I could fit in his pocket.
Exactly. Tosh gonna be the Tosh. Tosh is gonna be the Tosh Magachi. Is what she's gonna be. You gotta push a button to feed her every 6 hours so she doesn't die.
I'll take care of it.
I know. Quincy's like, man, I lost somebody on my side.
I don't care. You don't like Captain America, Tasha. You know that's not the truth. You know,
hurt people.
Little sis, I'll be talking to you afterwards, so don't even worry, man.
Yeah. We know. Man, we're going to go into something that J. Pat absolutely adored, which was the Marvels trailer.
Oh, man. So, whew. Yeah, right.
It was great. It was really good. Listen, let me lead off with this, man. All right. I watched the trailer like 6 or 7 straight times. It was amazing. Well shot. Kamala Khan. I love watching Spectrum. I loved her white leather jacket, which I have to figure out.
I'd rather just see a
Stop.
Spectrum.
Let me finish. Really. God damn it. But I think that it was well shot. Brie looked good in it. And I looked at the casting, and there's black male on the cast list. No matter where you look, he's not listed as a character. They won't list his character name. And the common belief is that he's going to be Blue Marvel in the movie. I did some page 5, digging on this cat, and they will not release who his character is. So you may get your Blue Marvel look. Don't scrunch your face up at me, sir.
Yeah, I'm making the same face. I'll wait my turn, though.
I loved it. It looked good. I think Brie looked great. I think that the whole cast is going to be pretty fun, and you get another taste of old Nick. Old Nick's back. So
yeah, we get a whole charcuterie board of sticky cheese now.
Yes, exactly, and some,
Yeah. I don't know. The MCU is missing. Like, I don't know. Like, it's just something that's missing from Phase 1. Like, there's some kind of seasoning that they're not putting in their film production.
I know what it is. Direction.
Yeah.
I see it. I can understand, but you know me. You guys, J-Pat makes fun of my poster behind me the whole time because I got Brie Larson looking over my shoulder the whole time. But I may be in the minority on this one, but I think I'm hopeful for it, strictly because I'm a Captain Marvel fan. No matter what variation or adaptation of Captain Marvel it is,
it's gonna be like the superhero version of Freaky Friday.
Could be. I'd take it. I don't know. We don't know what's gonna happen, and you saw, and we're apparently the Destroyer. Not the Destroyer. Quincy, help me out with the hammer.
Ronan.
Ronan.
Accuser hammer, yeah.
Yeah. You see the accuser hammer pop out. So I'm done talking about it. Who wants to talk about it next? I leaned on Jay because I knew he was instantly going to hate on it, but that's just the opposite of me. So.
Oh, I mean, I'll go. It looked fun. I have no dog in this race. I have no opinion. I have no nothing. It looked fun. I knew that, but like I've said on our whenever, I knew the usual haters were going to hate. As soon as I saw it, you know who was going to hate it. Like Jay was going to hate it. You know who the same people who always hate are going to hate it. But it did look fun.
Hate.
It did look fun. Am I excited for it? No. But will I watch it?
One step away, Mike. One step away.
I'm waiting
It does look fun.
I ain't going to say that. I'm just going to let you organically move to my position. That's all. I ain't going to say that. I'm not going to pressure you.
No, Jay, our position, because like y'all was looking at me crazy I was saying this like a couple of years ago. Like this all looks shit to me, and it's starting to stake in here. But I'm gonna wait my turn.
No, it's your. I think whenever Mike's done.
We can. I think we're talking about what is missing. I think they're missing just the newness. The newness, when it was new and exciting, they don't have that excitement anymore. They, like I said before, they got rid of all the core characters. What was it? Guardians of the Galaxy, the trailer. Like, this is the last one. They should never, to me, say that in any comic book movie. You should never say the last. You should never number it. I think James Bond has the best formula. You never know what order these movies are in. It could be the 5th. It could be the 17th. You don't know where they fall. They come out and tell a story, they go home. But I just don't think you should put the last in there because it ages them. And I don't like that feeling. But I'm not looking forward. But I'll watch. I'm probably looking more forward to the Marvels than I am Guardians 3. Yeah. I'm not looking forward to Guardians 3 at all.
Oh, that hurts my soul.
So all right, so I'm gonna step in here real quick. So like I always like these posts because I can always count on Robert to show up, and we're like the grumpy guys on the post we're talking about. So like I know Jay's like at work or whatever, he doesn't get to it till later. But you know, like I was watching it, and it was like okay, and then I saw a dance number, and I'm like, oh shit,
oh god,
and then I'm like, oh, but
There was a dance number. I missed that.
Yeah, they're dancing in that trailer.
They got a Bollywood.
Bollywood joint. Listen.
Oh, okay. I did see that. Yeah.
So,
I did see that, yeah.
You talk about what's missing from Marvel right now. They're missing the benefit of the doubt. Like I'm nervous. Like I'm gonna go see it. I'm gonna go see it, but I got the same thing I'm gonna say about the last couple trailers. Like we'll see. Like if this turns out to be good, I'll be happy. If it turns out to be okay, then like I won't be surprised. Like
it turns out like crap, you're gonna say I told you so.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna be upset too. I don't want them to stink, and like I'm gonna go back to what Jay said something in the chat a couple months ago. It's like I'm tired of things just being okay. Like that was like the truth. It was like like the most crystal clear message I've ever heard, like recently about comic book movies. Like I don't want it to be okay. I want them to be great. Like I'm tired of okay. Mm-hmm. Like you said it was gonna be fun. Like I don't want fun. Like I want some stakes, some good versus evil, and like fun. Like that sounds like Miss Marvel, the TV show. I don't know.
I'm enjoying it.
Like how we were talking about Picard earlier.
You don't want to have a bad time.
What was Infinity War fun for you? Well, no, it was not
fun. They're all fun. No. I mean, they're not like. Oh, I enjoyed it. What do you mean by fun? I don't understand what the problem with fun is.
He doesn't want the ha-has. He doesn't want the ha-has.
Fun sound like kitty or something.
I don't want the jokes.
I don't want the juice boxes and cotton candy and all that other stuff, man.
Okay,
I kind of.
I think
I also want beef jerky and whiskey.
Like, did we talk about Mandalorian yet?
Yes.
Okay, so that episode was kind of stressful. You know what I mean? Like, I was like, oh, they're gonna kill him or not? Because I'm convinced they're gonna like get him out of there and put somebody else in the lead. But that was kind of serious. Like, can I get that in my movies again? In my superhero movies? Can I get that back, please? Please, I don't want no dance number. I don't want no jokes and all that other stuff, man. Like,
they already messed up Nick Fury. You can't make his eyeball cut out by the cat.
See, they
it wasn't a cat. I'm just playing.
Either way, right? Thor killed comedy in comic book movies. You can't have it no more. You can't have comedy in comic book movies because of Thor. Thor killed all that.
When Taika Waititi's hand shoved up his hind end, moving his mouth. Exactly.
Nothing can be fun no more. You can't laugh no more.
But they all been moving that way, honestly, since the first Guardians movie. Like the humor has picked up midway through Phase 2, all the way through all the movies, and he just went overboard, put too much ha-ha in the comic book movie. I don't want that shit. I want some fights. Some good versus evil.
We need some good villains too. So
We need
that's
some
villains.
villains that live.
Yes, they do.
Rob, what do you think, man? I mean, after it's a 1 minute and 47 seconds. What'd you draw from it?
I mean, visually, everything looks fine. You heard me lose my mind at how mad I was about Ant-Man. If Guardians does the same thing, I might not even watch any more Marvel movies. But as for wanting to see this just to see the story progress, yeah, I do want to kind of see the connection between their bangles and the powers, and there's something there, but I don't know. I'm only excited to see it as a progression of the story, not to actually see the movie itself.
He's like, yeah.
You want to know what the fear is with them, like switching spots and everything? The fear is that it's not connected to anything, and it's just in the movie for comic relief. That is the fear.
Yeah.
Legit fear. Understood.
But
Tasha,
everybody, I'm sorry, real quick. Everybody look good. I'm glad Nick Fury's back because MCU made a mistake getting rid of S.H.I.E.L.D. and to separating them out of their universe. Like, I thought that was a mistake. Need more Nick Fury.
that was many years ago.
It was, and it was a mistake. They were missing. I think you needed S.H.I.E.L.D. there. They were there from the beginning. Then they were just absent. And the Avengers still don't know Coulson came back from the dead. Ain't that something?
Yeah. That should have been handled. And now they erased them from the universe. Didn't
they retcon all of that Coulson stuff?
They never really left it open. They never addressed it really. Mm-mm. The only time you kind of got addressed from was when Winter Soldier at the end. It was the second season of S.H.I.E.L.D. It kind of picked up from that. That was the only time they kind of linked.
So Quincy,
and it was good from that.
One of your favorite movies of all time, Captain and Winter Soldier, which obliterated S.H.I.E.L.D. in the MCU altogether. How does that make you feel? It's one of your favorite movies, but that's when they took S.H.I.E.L.D. out of the equation.
You want to know what's funny? I was actually thinking about that last time I was watching it, and I'm like, those goddamn Russos made the decision to get rid of S.H.I.E.L.D. out of the MCU, which was a mistake. Like, it should have...
The Russos made good movies. They had a lot of mistakes, so they really didn't build a long-lasting universe. We're still suffering from their shit.
They took too many liberties. All right? So, like, it should have been S.H.I.E.L.D. Out there in WandaVision. It should have been S.H.I.E.L.D. at Wakanda, not the fake Coulson and, like, all that nonsense with these other agents that they're trying to integrate.
The fake
the guy who, what's the agent's name?
Bilbo Coulson.
Yeah. Right.
Oh, no, he needed to be Agent Ross. Needed to
Agent
be
Bilbo.
Because he was really heavy in the comic that they're drawing from. He was really heavy. He was in every issue. It was damn near told.
I respect that. So I respect that. But how Nick Fury ain't meet Black Panther? You took the.
I'm with you on that too. Now
they don't want to be comic book accurate when it counts, but they want to make sure he's in it. I don't know, man. I think S.H.I.E.L.D. is missing from MCU. They need to bring them back. Like, I miss them. I miss Nick Fury. Like,
instead of damage control, damage control should never have been like the police.
Oh my God! Like, why are they the police? They clean stuff up.
They clean stuff up.
Right, that's their whole job. They rebuild shit. What show was that?
Dude, it was Miss Marvel.
Miss Marvel.
And they were in the Spider-Man movie. They were like, I thought they were working some connected to Stark at one point. Then they became the damn cops.
Yeah, because that's how what's his name, the Vulture, got all of his gear.
Right. They showed up in Miss Marvel. I'm like, who spilled something? Like, why are you guys here?
Yeah, what's damage control?
Clean up on aisle 5.
Y'all real serious with damage control.
Wow.
And they changed sword into something else, right? It's not called sword. It's called saber or something now.
Well, in WandaVision it was sword. And I don't know what the hell they were actually doing there. They were trying to find the Vision, but the Vision was with them. And
we still don't know what the hell the Vision is, do we? The one that flew off?
Nope.
We'll probably never
kind of float off.
Tasha, we ain't ignoring you. Did you get to watch?
No, it's okay.
You good?
I did. It looks fun, but I'm not hyped. Oh. I'm not super hyped. I'm concerned too about where the MCU is going, like everyone else has been saying. And then, what I kind of mentioned a couple episodes back, is that it seems like these movies are losing their magic and their appeal for the casual viewer like me, in addition to, the comic fans like yourselves. So that made me started to think about like what could be the issue. So I have this question first. Does the overarching Disney company have a say in how the scripts are written for the MCU?
I would say yeah.
J Pat, what's the word on the set? Because you're
I'm sure they do.
So that
I'm sure they do.
If they do, I don't know how it all works, but if they do, it's just Disney themselves as a whole has been really underwhelming the last several years, because not only the MCU stuff is kind of tanking, Disney animated stuff is tanking too.
Oh, that's been the shit for years.
So, like,
Star Wars is tanking.
Yeah, like the Star Wars stuff has been kind of okay. There's some hits over the last several years. I will say that you guys have talked about how good Mandalorian is, and there's some movies that have actually been hits, but it's all mostly just, in baseball terms, instead of hitting a home run, there's just been balls, and they've been moving the bases to get home runs. They just hit balls.
That was a good attempt there. A good sports analogy attempt there. I got you.
I'm trying. I'm just like they're just getting by, and so it makes me.
When you said baseball analogy, I was like, I can't wait to hear this one.
The balls are gonna come out. It's got to be amazing. This is going to be some amazing shit right here.
Oh shit! It's like we all got battering up and swing and a miss, swinging a home run, and then
hold on,
exactly.
Hold on,
ball two.
Don't pick on Della.
Hold on, real quick. The swinging of the arms mimicking the base hit action to I'm with you. I'm with you.
Oh, you back on good terms now? You're good again?
For always. This is the first disagreement we had. Won't be the last one.
Balls.
So it just makes me. It just makes me wonder, like, is it the different leadership changes within Disney that have led to kind of the downgrade in quality lately? Could they come back as a whole for the company?
Come back together like new edition
movies.
So
I loved looking forward to animated movies. That's kind of my thing. And lately, stuff even going straight to Disney Plus streaming service, or even stuff that's come to theaters, it just hasn't been good. It's just been okay.
Because they're getting their money whether the product's good or not.
But hasn't Disney been in charge for a while though? When did Disney really jump in charge?
Like right at Avengers, everything that's happening now was concerns back then. They were like, are they going to like interfere with with what they're doing? And like for 10 years or so, like you wouldn't even have guessed they were involved. Now you're just like, damn, this is some Disney shit if I ever seen it. Like you see it.
Yeah.
I've kind of an idea from things I've heard. Since they've gotten so used to their movies making so much money pre-COVID, and now after, they can't quite get that for obvious reasons. Not many people can make it to the theaters, and they're focused on the streaming. And obviously, their Disney parks can't pull in as much revenue as they used to. That's why these movies, in my opinion, they're playing it much more safe. They're cutting corners. The CG costs are going down. They're just trying to maximize their profit at this point, and not really too concerned about what they actually put out on the screen. And that's what it feels like to me, personally.
That's what it feels like to me, too. Because, like, this is...
It'll hurt them at some point.
No. It really won't. Because, like, against my better judgment, like, I'm on Facebook. I'm in a bunch of groups that I eventually left. But, like, some people just have rose-colored lenses on everything that they do. Like, if you ask I'm going to say the majority. If you ask them how they've been doing since Endgame, they say, oh, everything's great. It's fine. Why change when no one else, like the majority, is cool with what's going on?
But are they pulling the numbers in terms of ticket sales
but they're
now as they did back then.
Are they not? Like they're still making money though. Like the only thing that they're getting.
Thor's considered a hit,
right.
even though it sucks.
The only thing they're getting hit on is ratings, like the movie scores.
The fan scores are really down.
Right. Like that's the only thing that's really changed. Like the money's still there because we're still giving them the benefit of the doubt. Like the next one's going to be good.
That's true.
Like the next one will be good. Oh, the last one's good.
My cousin loved Thor. My cousin loved it. She thought Thor was just great. I looked at her like I wanted to hit her. Like this.
Does she read comics? Yeah,
not at all. Yeah.
I feel I wish I could live in, not holding them to standards like comic book standards, but that's just
They're so busy making these movies for everybody that they forgot about the fans who actually who created the genre, right. who paid into the genre. I mean,
who waited for this?
Yeah. Well, all right. Quick,
and then stories would be so much better if they just did what was in the book.
It ain't
hard. Question.
Like stop.
Good question. What's gonna do better, Indiana Jones or the Marvels?
The Marvels.
Yeah, probably the Marvels. Indiana Jones is going to suck. It's going to be terrible.
No.
For all intents and purposes, Ms. Marvel or Captain Marvel and Ms. Marvel were okay. The last Indiana Jones movie was hot dog shit.
Mm-hmm.
So,
hot dog shit.
The last good one was what with Sean Connery.
Yeah,
that's the last one.
That was the last good one.
That was 1989, man.
Another number,
does not
another
exist
summer.
Anymore.
Get down. Sound of the funky drummer. 1989. Sorry, there's a Public Enemy references.
Public Enemy, yes.
You got it.
Let these franchises die in peace, man.
Die in peace. In their sleep.
Yeah, I don't have a problem. I'm a reboot guy.
Oh no.
I could just say with James Bond. They've been how many different James Bond? You can do that with.
I think
they've been trying to. They just can't figure out if they want James Bond to be a brother, if they want it to be a woman.
No, the problem with
they tried Jamal Bond.
No, they tried to redo Indiana Jones with Shia LaBeouf. They just got a whole new actor and called it a day.
They were talking about Chris Pratt at one point, and Harrison Ford was I don't want anybody else to do it. Like I don't know. Like I think you owe it to some of these actors. Like the same thing that's going on with Stallone and the Rocky series. Like he doesn't own them, but like
he created it. He
doesn't. Like
I'll give him his opinion would matter to me more than Harrison Ford.
It doesn't really right now. Like he's in conflict with those guys right now. Like they were getting ready to do a Drago movie, and Stallone was pissed at what's the blonde Dolph, but Dolph didn't know he wasn't involved, and then he pulled out. He's like, I'm not going to do it if Stallone's not involved.
Right.
You know, like it's got to be some kind of honor with this. It can't be all about the dollars. And like
but again, he created it, so I get that. But he didn't create.
Is there Indiana Jones? But is it Indiana Jones without Harrison Ford?
Yeah, like a young Indiana series.
They sucked. They sucked.
Yeah, but they can still be done without him. I think.
I think some characters can move past a singular actor, and I don't think some can. Like James Bond, like they did that early. It belonged to a guy. It was based on a book. You know what I mean? Like you can just like this character was here before you got here. Like was there Indiana Jones before Harrison Ford, or like that's who we know. Like if these guys existed in books or in fiction before these guys showed up, then like you can put anybody there because we already have these characters existed before them. But nobody else can play Rocky or Indiana Jones or I can't even think of another example right now. It's just going to look funny. It's going to bomb. Yeah. To me, like they're going to be looking for the last guy.
Characters.
Yeah.
People have a tendency not to like.
Yeah, but it's funny you say that, but I don't have any problem with recasting James Bond. Like I've seen like I'm numb to it. It's not a big deal. Like I watch Harrison Ford. I watch. I said Harrison
it's
Ford.
Almost a part of the
Sean Connery. Yeah, like and they all put their spin on it. Like it's the same guy, but what's the guy's name? What's the guy?
Edges?
No.
Craig?
No. The one after Dalton. Dr. Fate. Dr. Fate. What was his name?
Roger Moore.
Not fake.
Oh, Timothy Dalton.
No.
No.
Oh God, what's his name?
That's Dr. Fate.
Not Pierce Brosnan.
Pierce
Brosnan.
Yo, Pierce Brosnan's
Yeah.
Bond. I don't know how.
Oh, I got it.
Yeah. See, yeah. So Pierce Brosnan's Bond. I don't know how he got anything done. He was such a poonhound. Like more than the others. It seems. Like
He just said poonhound.
I'm going all the way back with that. Like Sean Connery's James Bond is another one. Like I don't know how he
I
got.
know what that means.
What's that?
Sean Connery's Bond. I don't know how he got anything done either. Like I really don't. Like that's what they were about. But other Bonds seem to have a little bit more balance. And I love Pierce Brosnan's Bond.
Oh, he was one of the best.
Okay, I have a
He was
question
one of
for
the
the group
best.
real quick about James
Yeah.
Bond, since we're on that topic. Do you guys consider The Rock a James Bond movie?
No.
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 No?
Not even close.
The
You don't
Rock?
think that
Nah, he's too
Wait,
big
wait,
and
No, the
lumbering.
movie.
Wait,
No.
The
The
Rock?
movie The Rock.
Yeah, we said
Oh.
no
Sean
too quick.
Connery and Nicolas Cage.
Yes, I do consider that. I do think that was the tie in there.
I think so. Yes.
I never thought about it before.
I never even thought
Because
about
now that you
Yeah,
mentioned
what-
You
it,
what's the
didn't?
because
question?
Yeah, I heard about
He-
this.
It
was
was implied
British.
that the character Sean Connery played when he was locked up is Bond
Huh.
Yep.
I have to watch
because
it.
he knows how to escape and
That
he
was
knows
a
Never
great
thought
movie,
about
though,
it.
but I never thought about that connection. That movie was great, though.
Now I gotta go
It's a
back
good
and watch
movie.
it.
It's a good movie for sure.
Shit.
Yeah, I thought you meant The Rock.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I was.
I should have phrased that better, but yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
The Rock done pissed this cast
Yeah.
off. It was like, no,
Yeah.
no
You
more
triggered
Rock.
me. I
I'm
was
in the same
like, no.
boat with you guys about The Rock too.
Hell yeah. Like hot dog neck.
Speak-
No.
No.
Speaking of The Rock, but going back to Mike's thing about reboots and then going back to the thing about Disney, they are doing a live action Moana. Why?
Money.
Creatively
Why?
bankrupt.
Money.
Well, yes, I
money,
know,
money,
but
money.
like it's like shouting, like, why are you doing this?
They're playing
it's not
as safe
old
as
enough.
possible.
Money.
It's not old enough to garner
Money.
a reboot or a redo.
Yeah,
Money.
money just came
Money. Money.
And they're doing this at the same time as the live action Lilo and Stitch.
Money.
Live action Lilo and Stitch.
Oh, yeah.
The little alien.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna do a JPAC quote. Boo. That's all I'm gonna say. Boo.
out. Lilo and Stitch doesn't.
No,
need
it
to be live
doesn't.
action either.
But it will make money. That's it.
I think there's going to be a point where the bottom falls out.
Yeah,
People
we
are
be
gonna
dead
stop
though.
trusting
So
that
it'll
these are going to be good.
I hope you're right.
it'll be many years
Yep.
from now. But yeah.
I'm already at that point. I don't trust any of these movies anymore.
You know.
It ain't even just that. I'm with you. I was thinking about you Jay the other day. I'm like, you know what? Jay's right. I'm buying all
Holy
these damn
shit.
comics.
Holy shit.
I'm buying all these comics that I ain't got time to read. X-Men. I just bought X-Men 21, right? Then my next book that I have in my thing to read, my stack to read, is X-Men 13.
Yeah, I was like that with
That's
Justice
almost a
League.
year of books that I ain't of one title. I never mind the other ones that I got like that. It's like, why are you still buying this crap if you ain't even reading it? You know, I might have to just
But
take a
And
break for a while and
and
get
I
caught
might have
up.
started. I might read them if the stories were exciting.
Well,
They're just not exciting.
I'm not
anymore.
excited to open up any
Mike,
of that
Mike,
bullshit.
Mike, before you
None of
just
them.
stop completely, you do what I suggest doing what I did. I cut back on a lot of titles, like a couple of years ago.
That's what, yeah. That's what I might do.
a
I'm gonna cut back to
lot.
like 5 or 6 books so that I can just and keep
I'm down
that
to-
I'm
option.
down to 6.
And
But you know the summer
You know.
bullshit blockbusters are coming out
Nope.
for the big two
Nope.
this summer. You know it's gonna happen.
what the big
Oh,
crossovers
yeah.
and whatever.
I'm
not worried about
summertime,
that.
I'm unfazed.
There's too
I'm
many
about
of
keeping
those.
up with this
There's too many of those
Phase,
crossovers.
Sins of Sinister and none of that bullshit. I ain't messing with that. It basically just age of apocalypse again. Everybody getting these new books for
It's
one
all
issue
bullshit.
or whatever. I
It's
don't
bullshit.
know. I have
And they're
no
publishing too
desire.
many books.
Yeah.
Like, isn't Marvel by themselves publishing like 70
it's stupid.
books?
Like
And then
I've said
DC
a
is
million
doing like
times,
another 60.
Spider-Man comes out 4 times a month. We say that every week.
Yep.
And
I haven't
like
read issue number
$5
one
now.
of Spider-Man, and they're on issue 24. I have all of them. Why am I buying this bullshit?
To your point right there. So Spider-Man, like I think he's always had them titles. I remember in the 90s, I would read Amazing, I would read Web, Spectacular, and Sensational. I read all of them,
Sensational.
and it was good stories in all of them. And it never feels like crap unless it is crap. You know what I mean? Like,
The thing about it is,
but
it was 4 titles, and you could choose the ones you wanted. Don't make one title 4 times a month.
Like
give me a break,
4.
son.
So the Amazing Spider-Man was like the flagship one. What like the Web was kind of like he was fighting gangsters. Spectacular was like he was fighting like B or C level. Like it'd be like characters you didn't hear from like they'll pop up like every 10 or 20 years, like the Prowler or somebody would be on there, or Puma. But they each had like it was like different tiers, like, and they all had good story. I used to love Spider-Man, and then it just got to the point where it was just too many books and not enough story, and I was just out.
And then there was just Spider-Man.
Yeah, you're
just
right.
Spider-Man.
I forgot about that one. That was the one McFarlane.
That was with McFarlane, yeah.
Yes, yeah.
And that was good too.
For a little
I like that when he was on
the
it.
return of the Sinister Six, and it was one fight he had with the Lizard on there. He was like poisoned. He was dying or something. That was a good story too. Yeah, I might have to go and dig something up.
Yeah, his McFarlane's was dark. His stories were dark.
Hey Quincy, speaking of, you mentioned Yellow Jackets in the chat. Man.
Oh yeah, so
we're gonna say we get to this and we're gonna put a bow on it.
So actually, I remember Olivia had mentioned this like a while ago, but I saw the graphic come up on Amazon, and the show it's like a mix of Lost and Lord of the Flies, but with girls. Like their plane crashes in Canada, volleyball team, and they're up there for 18 months, and it gets weird and creepy fast up there. Like
they eat a bunch of poutine, play some hockey.
Dude, it goes back and forth between current and when the accident happened, which was in 1996. There's a lot going on in that first season, and like it's one of the best shows I've watched in the last couple of years. And good.
Is it better than? I'm not going to bring it up. Go ahead.
Don't do that. Don't. It's not. Some scenes aren't for the faint of heart, but it's not overly gory. There's possibly some cannibalism in there. It's really good. Like, you should check it out. I was talking about it all week. Like, hey, you see Yellow Jackets? Like, yeah, man, it's been out for like a year. Like, I'm late to the party. Like, it's already in second season, and I started second season today after work. But I recommend all of you take a look at that show. It's on Showtime.
Oh yeah, I'll go get it. I can't watch that.
Yeah, like I signed up for Showtime just to watch that. I'll get rid of it when the season's over, but it's good TV. Like I like the mystery, creepy. Always like interested in like the survivor story, how people survive, whether some kind of apocalypse or whatever. But I liked Lost, and it's like Lost, but it's creepy, and it's hard to describe, but check it out. The show starts with like a ritual murder, and you don't know who gets killed as you're watching the story unfold. I thought I knew who got killed as the season was going on, and then when the season ended, I'm like, well, it wasn't her. So some mystery in there, and I hope season 2 keeps it up. Elijah Wood's in it. Christina Ricci is in it. Not a lot of big names.
Juliette Lewis.
Yeah. But it's good TV. I really do recommend giving that a watch.
All right. I'll check it out. Now that you mentioned it, I was like, all right, maybe I'll bootleg it. Who knows? Anybody else got anything to throw out in the universe before we get out of here? Tashi?
I do. So I just wanted to give the update that all posts made for the spring anime season are up. They're it didn't take the whole month this time to list all the different shows that are out. So go ahead and look at the featured section of the Facebook group. And I have a post there that links the hashtag that I put in each and every post, so you could check out everything almost everything. Let me clarify. Almost everything that's airing this season and where it's legally streaming. Because, I shouldn't promote pirating, but people do it. I mean, it is what it is. But yes, so spring's anime season has started. Hopefully somebody out there finds a new show to enjoy. And yeah.
Wonderful.
That's about it.
Wonderful. And Quincy, I'm still on season 1 of You.
Oh man,
I'm working on it. I'm chipping away at it. Okay.
And what do you think?
He's twisted. He's very twisted.
Where are you now? In the
season? The body's in the trunk.
Oh, okay.
And got a new bed. She got a new bed. That's the last thing I remember watching. That was last weekend. So that's all I remember. But I'm chipping away at it. Chipping away.
It's funny with that show. The friend Peach, she was in Pretty Little Liars, and she was such like a sweetheart in that show. I fucking hated her on You. Like, she was a terrible person.
She had bed bugs. She's terrible.
She's terrible. Like, just faking. Well, I won't spoil anything for you, but she's a terrible person on that. And
understood. She gives off that vibe completely.
Terrible person.
Completely.
Good job.
Yep. Checking it out. We all good? Everybody happy in the universe?
Oh, yeah. The next 2 episodes of Titans came out, and I watched both of them, and I don't remember anything about them.
Good for you.
So, mark of quality there, I guess.
Good for you.
Lead it out the pasture, man.
Yep. Well, we're going through that downturn. We're going to get back up. We're in the comic book entertainment recession.
It's the collapse, man.
Go ahead.
It's just the entertainment recession, basically.
Write that down. Comic book entertainment.
The comic book movie recession.
Dark ages, the collapse,
the dark
all
ages,
that stuff. It's terrible right now.
Houses cost $3 million a piece and movies suck. So that's where the fuck we are right now. But man, it was a great episode. I forgot to shout out Liv. Miss you. Hope you feel better. Meg, hopefully you'll be back next week. Miss you. And T Money, man, congratulations. And hopefully by the time you hear this, you'll be fully integrated into your new station. So congratulations on the promotion, my brother. But man,
is he the chief?
No, lieutenant. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yep. Making big moves, man. Making big moves. So, but man, I think this could be it for this week. It was a fun time. That's good to see Mike and Quincy shake hands and then slap each other, and then Tosh get in there and put some jabs in on Quincy. That was wonderful.
She let her
exactly.
flow. She
exactly. Got a little Kamehameha action on some QP.
No, she got little baby hands too. I ain't doing that. So, real quick.
She got the guns out tonight.
Real quick. When we used to play Destiny with Tasha, it's like she mashes the buttons so hard you can hear them through the headset. Sounds like a bunch of like Skittles like hitting the table. It's like, I'm like, why is she pushing the buttons like that? I just wanted to say that. Like,
she's strong. She's real strong.
I missed that. But what is she doing?
Y'all are crazy. Y'all are crazy. Man, we're gonna get out of here, man. So, from the whole Multiverse Unlimited Podcast crew, my mouth won't work anymore. Hey, Rob's cat showed up. Yay!
Aww.
Including the cats from the whole Multiverse Unlimited Podcast crew, including everybody's cat. I want to tell everybody. Remind everybody to please be kind to all you meet, because you have no idea what battles they're fighting. So, from Platinum Rob and his cat, J Pat, Professor Mike, QP the Source, Tosh, the Anime Empress. Man, y'all have a great week. We'll holler at y'all later. Peace.
He's winking at you.
Peace.
No, stop the winking.
Oh,